Hey, what's going on YouTube? Jansen J. Kramer Fitness Protein Review Guide. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at Beverly's Universal Muscle Provider. And you may be wondering, is this thing any good? Depends on what you're asking. Is it good for muscle growth? Don't hold your breath. But it is good as a thick, slow digesting dessert style meal replacement that'll keep you full for hours. Here's the deal. Beverly International's UMP is a milk protein isolate, which means you're getting that 80 to 20 casein to whey blend. Casein slower digesting and actually pretty solid for satiety, but it's also very likely amino-spiked. So why do people love it? Flavor is elite, rich, thick, milkshake level good, keeps you full. Third-party tested, that's the gold ticket in the supplement world. So does UMP Beverly International have it? Here's the deal. Beverly does third-party testing for heavy metals and allergens. I did reach out to the company. They confirmed it's done in a CGMP compliant facility in Northern Kentucky. There's one major snag. No public-facing certificate of analysis, no informed protein. Okay, you may be wondering, does this thing have a Prop 65 warning? Some people care about it, other people don't. I do have to do my due diligence and report if it does. Nope, not one, no Prop 65 warning stamped anywhere on the container or their official site. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. Amino-spiking, and yes, Beverly International does check the box for potential amino-spiking. But unlike most brands, they actually admit it. If you look at the bottom of the supplement facts, you will see a list of free-form nitrogen ingredients, glutamine, arginine, and leucine. It's labeled right in their protein system blend. That's nitrogen-based inflation. Legal? Sure. Yes, I did receive an amino acid profile from Beverly. They did share in that amino acid profile you were getting 1.9 grams of leucine per scoop. Here's another red flag though. If you look at the ingredient list, natural and artificial flavors is listed before salt and sweetener. 21 CFR 101.22. That's a signal if those flavors are loaded with glycine, glutamine, that boosts nitrogen, not muscle. If you're sizing Beverly International UMP against other competition, here's the real story. Compared to other slow digesting blends like BPN, Dymatize Casein, and Syntha 6, Beverly International UMP trades transparency and leucine yield for flavor, satiety, and smoother digestion. Let's pit two slow digesting titans against each other. Beverly International UMP protein powder versus the verified BPN protein whey. These two, simple. They're both using an 80-20 blend of casein to 20% whey, but after that, similarly, stop cold. UMP gives you 20 grams of protein per scoop. BPN delivers 25. BPN also is more only at $1.85 versus UMP's $1.64. Here's the kicker. UMP lists its full amino acid profile, including 1.9 grams of leucine and 4.2 grams of total BCAAs. They also add free-form amino acids, leucine, glutamine. You know the trick. That's amino-spiking, even if it is labeled. BPN, on the other hand, does not list an amino acid profile. However, it is informed protein certified. That means it's been tested for actual protein content and purity. So, which one takes it? BPN's got the verified protein and better value. UMP's got the flavor and satiety. If you're bulking or counting macros, go BPN. If you're cutting and chasing fullness, this thing holds the line. UMP protein powder plays the long game with satiety. Thanks to the milk protein isolate, it's thick, indulgent, and somehow easier on the stomach than Dymatize's casein, at least from my experience. No bloating, no GI cramping, and just a slow digesting dessert style shake that actually feels like food. Dymatize casein hits harder on the macro front, 25 grams of protein, 2.3 grams of leucine, 5.3 grams of BCAAs, but here's the split. UMP is more satiating and better tolerated. It also contains citrate-based minerals like magnesium and potassium, which play a role in hunger regulation. While it is amino-spiked, Beverly International is transparent about it. Most brands aren't. Bottom line, if you want a clinically dosed clean-cut casein, Dymatize wins on paper, but if satiety, thickness, and digestion are your top priorities, during a cut. This thing should be looked at and earns a place in your gym bag. Synthesis, though, rich, decadent, shockingly good flavor, but the taste comes with a trade. 15 grams of carbs, 6 grams of fibers, 4 grams of sugar, and 200 calories per scoop. That's not a post-workout shake. It's a meal replacement just like dessert. Transparency, just forget it. No amino acid profile, and the whole blend is proprietary. It's a kitchen sink approach. UMP hits back with mineral citrates, better digestibility, and a cleaner profile. So which one's better? They're both great for cutting. They're both great for satiety. But if you want a reliable shake with minimal GI upset, UMP is the move. However, if you are someone who lifts very intensely and you don't care about transparency and just want a milkshake level experience, Synthesis is going to be a calorie bomb loaded with fiber. Now, you'd be wondering if the bar is any better. Let's get one thing out of the way. UMP bar is not amino-spiked, unlike its powder counterpart. It leans on nutrition facts panel, not a supplement facts workaround. The transparency alone earns its serious respect, but with what really hits is the fiber count, 8 grams per bar. This isn't a candy bar masquerading as a protein snack. It's a slow burn cut phase companion that fills you up fast and keeps you there. If you're into Beverly International products and want a true satiety snack, UMP bar delivers and it belongs in the mix. And let's go ahead and give it a try. If you saw my Snickers protein bar review, it's serviceable. It may not win the texture game. It's chewy, dense, and feels like it was pressed out of a taffy gun, but it's hands down one of the most filling replacement bars that I've tried to date. Flavor is not bad, just don't expect dessert. Break it down like it's one of the real ones, because this tub isn't just fives, it's got receipts and it's got some major red flags. Top 3 pros. First, satiety. The thing holds you down. The 80-20 blend, perfect for cutting phase or anyone sick of getting hungry 20 minutes after drinking a shake. Secondly, the flavor. UMP strawberry, when I get into the flavor review, is straight up dessert tier. It mixes like a gourmet milkshake, not gritty, not chalky, just smooth. And finally, admit to the amino spiking. Most brands just hide behind it. It is super nice that they're going to go ahead and list their protein matrix blend. However, it is still sketchy and they refuse to list each ingredient amount listed on here. But let's not sugarcoat the flaws. Here are the top 3 cons. 1, it's amino spike. Just because they admit it doesn't mean we give them a pass. 2, the lack of third-party testing. There's no NSF, there's no informed choice, no certificate analysis, or even no heavy metal report available for viewing. It's just trust us, bro, marketing page. And finally, 3, the mystery artificial flavors, natural and artificial. It gets billing to the top of the ingredient list, no sourcing, no breakdown, just vibes. This thing is got an army of reviews on Amazon with over 6,700 reviews, a 4.8 star average. Sounds like a slam dunk, right? Let's go ahead and break down what those glowing Beverly International UMP reviews actually say and what they miss. The 5-star shout outs. First, the absolute best tasting protein I've ever tasted. Great for weight loss, much lower in cholesterol than most proteins. Keeps me full for 3 hours. My husband said, hey, that UMP stuff ain't bad. Translation, it's thebomb.com. Taste, mixability, and satiety. Users can't get enough of it. UMP nails the slow digesting fullness, especially when you're cutting calories or need a low sugar replacement. Now, here comes the 1-star side. Full of chemicals and fillers, pure junk. And then finally, only half full. I weighed it. It's under 2 pounds. But here's the thing. Almost every 1-star review is about container fill or visual expectations, not quality. The kind of consistency is super rare in the world of Whey. If you're hoping 1 scoop of Beverly International UMP protein powder will cover your post-workout needs, think again. Yes, the label lists 20 grams of protein. And the leucine, well, even though it's advertised as 1.9 per scoop, research suggests that in order for muscles to stimulate muscle growth, you need at least 2.5 to 3 grams. So the long story short, 2 scoops of UMP or 1 scoop and 1 cup of high protein skim milk. Let us go ahead and assemble UMP Beverly. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 because that's what I did for my review. So my written review. So we got Strawberry Boy number 1 going in, second Strawberry Boy going in. Lock her up, shake. The mixability on this thing is super immaculate. This thing is on the same tier as BSN Syntha 6. Let's go ahead and take a look underneath the shaker. Boom, fantastic. Doing strawberry, but even after opening the lid, you still get hints of fantastic strawberry smell. I firmly believe in the taste hierarchy. BSN Syntha 6 Pro Gems protein powder are top tier line for flavor. This is right up there. So cheers. Tastes like strawberry. There's no strawberry bits. You have that milkshake-like flavor and consistency. If this thing came in 5-pound containers, I would have no problem drinking this thing all day long on a cut. If you're looking for a protein powder to spike muscle growth or maximize recovery, this thing isn't it. But its wheelhouse is keeping you full deep into a cut, making sure you reach your weight loss goals. And this thing deserves a spot on your shelf. It's slow digesting milk protein isolate blend that's 80% casein, 20% whey. It nails satiety better than most anything in its class. It's most likely amino-spiked. The nitrogen ingredients are listed in the nutrition panel. It lacks certification. It hides behind a supplement facts panel. However, if you care about muscle protein synthesis, muscle retention, and protein quality, those red flags do matter. Let's be real. UMP isn't for everyone. However, if you're chasing muscle growth, clean ingredient decks, or high protein yields, here are some proteins that make better sense. BPN whey protein, your clean 80-20 upgrade. If you like the idea of an 80-20 blend, but want transparency, BPN's whey protein nails it. You're getting a verified informed protein. Dymatize Casein actually gives you 2.3 grams leucine, 25 grams of informed choice certification. All that means free of banned substances. But there is no halo on that brand either. Natural and artificial flavors are still listed, even if it's under the 2% weight. So it's not squeaky clean. Now, if you're here for dessert tier taste, Syntha 6 is your guilty pleasure. It's thick, rich, and hits harder than most, with 6 grams of fiber per scoop, making it a legit meal replacement option for people in a cut or just tired of chalky shakes. Now, looking at the Beverly International UMP bar, it actually shows the full nutrition facts panels, offers 8 grams of fiber, and doesn't hide behind supplement facts games. It's filling, chewy, like cardboard, but it's still palatable. Now, let's get into the powder. This one surprised me, and you're probably wondering what was the final score. 32.5 out of 50, 65%. I firmly believe this is a solid meal replacement shake. It's satisfying, absolutely. Transparent, not even close. A great tasting, filling option for fat loss, but not your go-to for gains. That's a wrap on this UMP protein review. Let me know in the comments. Are you team satiety or flavor? Full written review at jkramerfitness.com. I go deep, like FDA code deep, on how Beverly International sidesteps amino-spiking disclosure and still comes out with a protein that I personally would buy again. And then, of course, I am totally self-funded. I have over 120 self-written reviews on protein powders. Link is listed downstairs. And as always, thank you for making it to the end of another video. Make it a great day.